So this is Santi again with another video to add to Caught in the Chaos. And this will be number 6, I think. This will be number 6. With everything that's going on, I feel like this is something that we should embrace, especially those who operate outside of the conventional way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? With mass consciousness and just the fact that many people's thoughts are from external entities. They've been conditioned to think in a way where their thoughts are not their own. They think in the realm of cliches and opinions and socially conditioned thought. You know what I'm saying? And so people don't study and they don't tap into their higher awareness of things where they can grasp a deeper knowledge of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A higher perception of reality. This is something to embrace in a sense for those who have tapped more into their inner knowing and their personal power. You feel me? Because there are those that really don't have an understanding of nature in this world that we live in. There's this idea of us being in the end times and, this religious doctrine running around. And I prefer to deal with people who think outside of those realms. It's few people that I respect that may deal with Christianity, Judaism, or Islam. I prefer individuals who think of their own volition. They disconnect from the matrix and what is deemed the normal reality. People have that 9 to 5 thinking that, I'm going to go to school. Everything that I've been taught in school, that's basically the thinking that everybody operates from, the majority of the masses, especially in the United States. And you can see it in other countries as well who find themselves subjugated or subject to Western indoctrination and influences from colonizers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a certain level of complacency that comes with what they've been taught is the truth. Okay? So then there's no desire to go into studying something or understanding something further. They sit within their comfort zone of knowledge. Okay? So they limit themselves in terms of experiences. They limit themselves in terms of what's possible. They limit themselves in understanding who we are as human beings and what we possess. And if they are a Christian, they're in the God, Jesus, Holy Spirit realm. So they cannot think outside of their doctrine. They cannot think outside or beyond it. They can't even really think for themselves. And if you have a discussion with them, they are just regurgitating something that they've heard somebody else say. You know what I'm saying? So within those Western religions, depending on the individual that you're dealing with, some of them have a strong connection to nature. And so they'll go towards what pulls them and what calls to their quote unquote spirit when they're in a stressful situation, And so with what's going on, there is a call to go back towards nature. These systems that we see ourselves in right now, currently, they're falling apart. Pretty much they're bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying? People being taxed, laws, rules, and regulations that seek to maintain social order, which they don't have any basis. They don't have any moral standing. They've just been enacted in a way to make people believe that this is a necessary way of life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things you could be doing without the permission of someone else. You could just decide to do them and utilize the resources that are available to you, And so now you see these governing systems You know what I'm saying? Try to provide services for the people while this pandemic is taking place. And you'll hear people saying, oh, yeah, now they're doing things that they could have been doing. Yeah. We even have our own parents and quote unquote authority figures telling us, oh, you should do this and that way. But you will see another person who decide to step outside of that, succeed without even going through those measures that they're trying to force you to take. You know, you see people achieving more with less, you know, especially when you're looking at success stories of those who have come up or come out of impoverished communities, succeeding and becoming millionaires or having their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of illusions that have been perpetuated for a long period of time. They just need to go ahead and die. They just need to go ahead and die. And for me, on my own journey, there's a lot of things that I saw as an adolescent, as a youth, that didn't set right with me. And in certain instances, when I chose to buck, I saw negative repercussions for that. And that has affected me to this point now where I'm a young man, and me bucking against authority is from a very clear view and vision of how I saw society coming up as a youth. So I refuse to allow an elder or someone who has been deemed an authoritative figure to feed me bullshit and to allow their whatever status they hold, whether it be whatever they feel like they have through their age or their position, try to make my existence seem less meaningful simply for the fact that I think or do or operate outside of the model that they've been given as to who I should be. That's why I'm against conforming, period. I'm against conforming to anybody's idea of who I should be based on anything. If it doesn't reflect who I am as an individual, I'm not doing it. I'm not partaking in it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always fighting for we fight every day to be able to embody and live in our truth. And there's a lot of people that have fallen by the wayside and they don't have the spiritual strength to continue to buck. So they've allowed other people to shape their lives and tell them how they should be living. And deep down inside, they're unhappy because they pretty much lost themselves and forgotten who they are by becoming who someone else told them to be. So this is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? People are going to have to shift their mind. And who you thought someone was, they may not be there. And at the same time, we have to see people for who they are in all of this. Because at this point, I only want those around me who are seeking for higher knowledge and making the most out of the life that they're living. But the primary objective here is to be in alignment with your soul. And being in alignment with your soul, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, your soul is who you're going to have to answer to. I don't care what any religion says about, you know what I'm saying, these doomsday prophecies and the end times, and when you, or, you know, judgment day, you have to answer to your soul, whether you were in alignment and in balance with your heart, or you end up losing your way, and you got to come back to the earth plane to do this all over again. I'm not about to be one of those individuals. And people can get mad at you for not wanting to do what they want you to do, fulfill their agendas, fulfill their objectives. I don't care. Because I'm gonna still stand on my own when it's all said and done. And the people that have the most to say did not even make you who you are. They weren't even there when you were going through your own dark night of the soul. It was you and your soul alone. But nature was there, and different beings of the unseen, they were there. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to touch on right now. You know, spiritual autonomy. That's what it's all about. And being independent and your own self-knowing, you align yourself with people who you feel best reflect your integrity and what you stand for, and don't settle for anything that they're out here trying to tell you when it comes to society and the way that they seek to dictate your perception of reality. You have to see truth. You have to see truth, and you have to get to that point where you'll do whatever it takes to reach your highest potential and manifest the life that you desire. And that's just what it is.